Okay, you probably can hear me now. The whole entire time, I pulled a whatever. I was talking to myself. Didn't even know I didn't have the mic on. Send a question in the chat. Hopefully you can hear me now. Or I can just turn up the volume. You guys can hear double. Alright. That's enough. Alright, so I can hear myself. Very few people want to answer my questions. So let me fall back from that and go into Stream Manager so I can just view the chat. Alright, so I know Sweet Jones is here. Alright. Just to let everybody know, I got plenty of hours on the PC version of this. This is the Xbox version that just came out earlier today. Around 11 a.m. was the release time. I know some people had a preview version. I had this available through Game Pass, and more than likely I'm gonna purchase it because I have it on PC and I love it on PC. So I'm gonna get it on Xbox so I can play it. You know, it definitely is a game that, or a simulator, because apparently in the gaming streets now they're treating this game with a fine-tooth comb and separating this from, it's not a game, it's a simulator. I'm just like, whatever. It's on a console, it's on PC, people play it, and there are people that enjoy it, and it's a niche game. It's a layoff. No, Pooh, it wasn't gonna be that type of episode. For me, I believe that's just a one-off thing. And plus, I didn't plan coming up on here, so. But anyway, all right. So let me just get right into it. I'm gonna just, as the evening closes in on the East Coast, take off from BWI, my home. Or near BWI is my home. Oh, it's a friend of mine that's flying around too. So that's cool. He's flying. He must be flying around. Actually, there we go. Take off from BWI. Not really gonna. Should I do a destination? Nope. I'm gonna just fly around. I think that's just the best way to show off this game, show off the region. And, you know, this is where I live in Columbia. And airport's like right over there. Let's see. Where's he taking off from? Hold up. It's a school friend of mine that, or former classmate, but okay, let me get back to this. Alright, so let me change planes. Yeah, I want that. That right there. Okay, change my weight by 5 pounds. Good right there. Let's see. Use the same call sign that I use on PC. Actually, no. I should have just left the 8-1 out of it. I hate when I do that. Okay. There we go. Alright, that's it. Like number, I don't know why it disappears like it does. It really doesn't make any sense. Let's see. There we go. So we'll see what happens. Cause sometimes like you'll put something in and it'll show up. Sometimes it won't show up. But let's like you just saw it again, it disappeared too. It doesn't disappear on a PC version, so it may be some type of glitch as far as just putting those particulars in there. Alright, so let me make sure okay, everything's live traffic. Turn this part off. I'd rather just have live traffic to deal with. Oh, so that's the thing. It turns off. Let's see. Other players will be visible if they. Nope. That's okay. Because I want live weather and time, so I'll deal with the live traffic. Alright, so we're just going to take off. It's funny that when you go through these loading screens in Microsoft Flight Simulator, even on the PC version.
Baltimore Tower Beechcraft Delta Juliet 81 at runway 10 ready for departure, straight out departure.
Beechcraft Delta Juliet 81 altimeter 29.8.
Oh, okay, it has it in there.
Departing straight out approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 10.
Cleared for takeoff runway 10 Beechcraft Juliet 81.
There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna just check. Turn down the volume there. Also, guys, let me know if the game is too loud. Because I got it just playing in my ears, so I can hear the air traffic controllers doing my checks. Alright, put there. Check my flaps. Okay. Looks like we are good to go. Alright. So we're taking off from BWI. This Elkridge just over there. Looks like I'm flying west, so when I take off, I'm probably going to be flying over Columbia. So, about to take off right now. Let me just straighten out right here. Okay. This is the inside. Right here. Little virtual map and dials and stuff. Never actually flown before in a real plane, so this is semi-foreign. Oh shoot. Little stuff like that is or details like that is interesting. So alright, back out. Alright, time to get going. Taking off from there we go. About the recent update, I don't know. It's been a while since I played it, King David, so we'll see. Because I know it was a day one patch. There we go. But this game has handled itself pretty well on the S, though. I will say that. That has been quite the surprise. Okay, so I'm heading east. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually turn. There we go. Let me lower the throttle real quick. There it is. Usually that warning sound is because I'm using too much power.
Beechcraft Juliet 8-1 leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved. Southwest 5449er, follow the generics on final. Wind 257 at 4. Cleared to land runway 28.
Baltimore Tower Beechcraft Delta Juliet 8-1 frequency change.
Yeah, it definitely
Matilda
does feel
confirms
smooth.
Beechcraft Delta Juliet 8-1 is type Beechcraft King Air 4 miles east of Baltimore 2,300 feet.
I'm gonna definitely have to check it out
Transition Bravo airspace.
on the PC side of things.
Beechcraft Delta
Oh,
Juliet
look at that
8-1 Potomac
climb.
approach.
And look at the reflections off the water. Alright, so I'm flying northwest.
0751 Beechcraft Juliet 8-1.
Beechcraft Juliet 8-1 radar contact 3 miles northeast of Baltimore 3,200 feet.
See, if I was flying a smaller plane than what I'm flying, I would actually fly a little bit lower. So I know I spent the beginning part of this flying at low altitudes. I just wanted to see how the game could handle everything popping in. I have all the updates attached as far as the world updates. Of course, this is through Game Pass, so this is the standard version. Like I said earlier, more than likely I'm gonna get the higher editions because I mean, to me it's worth it. Like I also mentioned before, it is a niche game, so. So I don't have a destination in mind. I'm trying to see if heading west, I can switch in between being in the cockpit and just seeing everything from the pilot's perspective. If it's still, nope, doesn't have that. And most of the shortcuts I remember. Oh yeah, that is definitely different because I'm definitely flying over. Where am I flying over? I don't know what that is, but I'm flying over an area that I think just below it is where I would play football at. There's on your right hand side you see some baseball diamonds. It looks like a couple of football fields. I would play there. That's 100 right there. That's kind of scraggly, but I'm trying to see a point in the right direction.
119.7 Beechcraft Juliet 8-1. Matilda confirmed Beechcraft Delta Juliet 8-1 3,200 feet.
Oh no.
Beechcraft Delta Juliet
I had the multiplayer thing on, so I see people as I. Oh, let me slow down because I'm about to hit the. There's Columbia. Because you'll have what it seems like it takes you off the live weather and time, and I like to operate in real time as far as operating this game. Alright, so obviously I can't get too low. If I remember correctly. Nope. There it is. That's what I was trying to remember. Flying over Columbia now. pretty much my hometown right here. Let me slow down a little bit more.
Beechcraft Juliet, A1 contact for Thomas approved on 128.7. Good day.
Yeah, what happens is when you hit multiplayer, your live weather or whatever, it grays out. So that just what I get from that is that it's telling me it's not going to go by that because everybody has to be on the same settings when you do multiplayer. You can't just have one person, especially in a game this large, you can't just have one person on one set of times and another person on another set of times or settings. It just jumbles it all up. So we're just gonna, like I said, this game is a good game that tests out the capabilities of something as small as the Xbox Series S. Honestly, like I said, I wasn't expecting to have the S, but since I have the S, and definitely since I previously played Flight Simulator on PC, I was always wondering how it was going to handle it. Of course, they optimized it for both the S and the X. I know that people that are playing it on X, like Bills, he's got it rendered at, let's see, he'll be able to play his probably with a higher frame rate, I would think, with the X versus the S. But I'm like, this is nice. Let me start heading south. I'm like, the lighting, the overall environment is photorealistic. Yeah, but I'm gonna just stick to flying outside the multiplayer. I'd rather do it that way. Sitting there, I'm hearing these air traffic controllers. This would have been a job of mine coming out of the military. That's probably why my memory is so bad, because a lot of things you got to remember, you have to remember quickly, and plus, people's lives are at stake. A lot of these calls, if you get them wrong, if you a different number on the frequency, altitude, what have you, I mean, somebody could die. So. Yeah, I'll probably, like, every now and then, I'll probably just I'll hop on the multiplayer portion of it. Let's see. We're heading south. Let me just turn a little bit. I'm actually flying a little bit lower. Flying at a nice little high speed. Let me reduce the engine power real quick because we're heading Chevy Chase, Maryland. Trying to see with the background. This is right here. It's North Chevy Chase. So I'm kind of seeing it seems like what I'm trying to do right now is I'm actually flying low, and it's due to the gradual decrease in altitude. But I wish they would not use Bing Maps. This is like my biggest complaint, and it's always been my biggest complaint about Microsoft Flight Simulator is using Bing Maps as their like base for a world. Like Bing Maps to me is like the most outdated map system I've ever seen in my entire life. And yeah, it's an exaggeration, but it is what it is. I mean, there's parts of Colombia that are still under construction on this map that have been finished for the last 5-6 years. I'm like, the one thing that they probably wouldn't have updated within a year would be the the completion of the middle school that's that's just down the street from me. They're clearly all the new Xbox players. Yeah, that is true. Alright, let me see where I'm at. V Heights, Arlington. We're in the Virginia side now. I think DC's over that way, and we're gonna continue to swirl around. The Arlington, Virginia. I'm flying extremely low. Trying to get this all in while the sun's still up. Oh, there's the Pentagon. I wish they had restricted airspaces. I think right about now I would have been shot down. Probably further back. But that's just me. Oh, I am dropping down low. Yeah, thank you, King David. Yeah, way out of date is a thing. We got that Lynn Haven? That's funny, but there's a Lynn Haven in Florida. Alright, let me climb a little bit. There's Ronald Reagan National Airport. Andrews Air Force Base is actually around here too. Matter of fact, there it is, off in the distance. So if you folks that want to know, like, you know, the president, he gets in the helicopter, Marine One, and travels to the Andrews Air Force Base to get into Air Force One, then usually a short helicopter ride to Andrews Air Force Base. Well, yeah, I wish they would actually incorporate restricted airspaces on here. Trust me, like I said, when I was in the military, I assisted. I was what they call a weapons director technician. I was there mainly talking to air traffic control, so that's why like all these air traffic control calls that you're hearing in this game, I'm way familiar with it. It kind of brings back memories, and we're talking about the last time I heard an ATC call live was 2004. And, like, everything pretty much stays the same over a period of time. But my job was mainly to talk to air traffic control, and we would coordinate handoff of flights. I would point out stranger traffic, warn incoming aircraft of them coming close to restricted airspace. So I was the person that would be warning air traffic controllers that, hey, one of your planes is going into our airspace. It's about 10 miles off the border. You may want to direct them or vector them someplace else, like in the opposite direction. Not that we had any weapons, but the people that were in the airspace, they did have weapons. They would have shot them down for Sidewinder like that. So, it looks like I'm flying over. Yep. Andrews Air Force Base. There's no way that I should be flying over Andrews Air Force Base. No way. Well, I would like for them to give us an option. I mean, there are fighter jets in this game that you can purchase. Flying at like Mach 2. I would think if you have a fighter jet in the game that's sitting in the store right now that you can go purchase for like $20, that they would do us a solid for those that want a challenge to fly around with restricted airspace. I mean, when the weather breaks,
Juliet 8-1 contact Potomac approach on 119er decimal tree.
when the weather breaks, we have to switch to instrument flight rules, which is basically you don't go by visual. It's VFR and IFR, visual flight rules, where the way I'm flying right now, just sight only. But if it's instrument only, you're looking straight at what I'm looking at, what I would have to use to be able to fly usually at night or during a storm. Go back outside. Still, it's third party, but it's approved by the game. They wouldn't have it in their store if they didn't. But yeah, I'm like, you got fighter jets available. You give me some restricted airspace and some serious sounding people when they're like, "Hey, get away." They won't say that. They'll give you the proper calls. Flying back north now, so let me see where I'm heading. Fairwood, Bowie. Ooh, let's go there. I used to live in Bowie. Let me see if I can find one of my cousin's house. Oh yeah, definitely. I need to pull up a bit because I've been steadily just dropping altitude, and let me see. That must be Bowie Shopping Center right there. If I'm at Bowie, then we're about to see flat-ass FedEx Field. No, actually, it'll be over to the, if I fly back west, but sightseeing over what is that?
Juliet 8-1, you're leaving my airspace radar service terminated. Squawk 1200. Frequency change.
Climb a bit.
Squawk 12.
Yeah, I guess they didn't get, or Dan Schneider or whatever type of whatever didn't. They weren't able to secure whatever license, or maybe it's Bing, I don't know. Because Bing has to secure it as far as being able to make it a 3D figure versus a flat figure, and it's still a flat figure on the map. I'm like, that was one of the first places I wanted to visit on the PC version, and it was just highly disappointing. Like earlier today, I was playing Flight Simulator. I flew over Yankee Stadium. You know, Bills was on the call, and he heard me say, "Why am I flying over this piece of shit over in New York?" I was thinking I was flying over Met Stadium, but it was the Yankee Stadium, so I had to quickly apologize for it. Bill was like, "You don't want to shade the Yankees. The Mets, fair game." Got plenty of fuel, and BWI is over that way if I ever wanted to land again. Odenton, Maryland. Actually, let's turn east. Gambrels. So we're over in Anne Arundel County. That's pronounced Anne Arundel, because I said it so fast. Everything sounded together. And it's funny, I actually could fly over to the eastern shore if I wanted to. I'm like for the stadium, it's linked to a world famous football team, so I wouldn't think that would matter with them. Runner Park.
Frequency change.
Look at the colors coming off the water. And you can if you look up at the sky, you can kind of see the reflecting matching of the coloring between. King David knows this art design better than I do, but I pay attention and you can see all that. Now in the middle of the day, you'll see like the ripples of the water from up here. Catch it all. I'm like the fact that, hold up, let me turn this around. Make sure I'm climbing while I'm going this way. Like that's just crazy. We got Annapolis. Capital of Maryland.
Southwest 69er, 11 you are 25 miles south. Climb and maintain 6,600 feet. Expect vectors.
And there is the Bay Bridge. I think that's off in the distance. If I turn. Well, I bet you if they would ask him now, he wouldn't be able to make a decision on it because apparently he stepped back from his duties until sometime in October. Ah, there it is. Yep. Now, let me see how well they did this. We're about to fly over the Bay Bridge. The Chesapeake Bay Bridge. Because, you know, sometimes certain parts of maps, they don't really get it right. Like, part of the bridge looks like it's in the water from here. Okay, there you go. It straightened itself out as soon as I got close to it. I knew it was going to do that. So here's the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. Flying over it now. There are people that absolutely have fears of going over the Bay Bridge, and as you can see, that was a legit reason. Very legit reason to be fearful, because you're on this bridge driving for a long time. Plenty of time. Plenty of time for anything to happen, like it collapsing, what have you. And you see there's an airport right when there's a runway right there. So I'm now what is considered the eastern shore. And just keep paying attention to fuel, which I have plenty of. Wait, what's that on the left? Land. I'm gonna check on that sun. Sun's just hitting the horizon. You see the lighting is starting to change. The sun's dipping, about to hit the horizon. Yeah, I actually saw, when I was flying in New York, testing out the frame rate and stuff like that, flying low, there was some, like, bridges over, like a little river. It was like a low-budget Thames River in the north part of, New York City. No, 'cause I think everybody has their low budget Thames River bridges, and New York definitely has some low budget Thames River uh, bridges. But I haven't seen any of Pittsburgh's bridges. Even when I flew over on the PC version, of course I got Three River Stadium, that piece of shit stadium. Like, I'm just kidding. It's a nice looking stadium from the view, but you know, we did beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh and ended their season on that night. Go Washington, soon to be Red Wolves, ending the Steelers season on that fateful night, which originally was supposed to be a Sunday afternoon game, but due to COVID, pandemic, whatever, yeah, I need to climb. I need to start really paying attention to my altitude. I've been flying low. I've been flirting with flying low altitude the whole entire time. But overall, they really do, because some of the bridges, they come out blocked. Some people have tried to fly through what would be obvious spaces. Some people have tried to fly under a bridge where it was clear space underneath and it ran into an invisible wall and they crashed. So it's not like Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto, because they didn't have to stream their bridges in, they were already made. You could fly under them, you could fly through the gaps and stuff like that, do some crazy stuff, but obviously this game is not Grand Theft Auto. Alright, so there we go. Actually, that's actually a picture worth taking. But since I'm streaming, I'm not going to take it. But, you know, people on the stream will be able to see this. Actually, let's see. Doesn't look as nice from the pilot seat, but yeah. The light shining off the metals. Yeah, but like you said, I would definitely need to clear out all the HUD stuff to be able to really get a good picture of this. But let's see, let's start making our way back to, because we're heading back west, so we're about to fly back over to Chesapeake Bay. We're very good on fuel, so let me start climbing a little bit.
Potomac approach, Beechcraft Delta Juliet 81. Request clearance to transition, Bravo airspace. Beechcraft Delta Juliet 81 Potomac approach. Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
Yeah, you posted many screenshots, and it's just like the game affords the ability to, it's like this and No Man's Sky. Like No Man's Sky gives you the exaggerated color schemes to be able to take really great photos, and this gives you the realistic, on point, give you some really good screenshots. Like but actually, remember I did a thread on Twitter where I was flying through a hurricane, or I actually flew through a storm. Like it was sunny at one moment, then all of a sudden flew into a cloud of a storm. All of a sudden I couldn't see shit. And when it rains, like if you really want to test the graphical power of hardware and the work that developers put into the graphics software wise, let it rain, let it snow, let it thunderstorm, let it get cloudy, let's see what the effects are. Cause I kind of rival a lot of things to Drive Club when it comes to weather effects. That's where I think the game shines, or should be tested and measured to, as far as how you can say the developers did in crafting a game. I don't think it's just on a sunny day like this that you can say, oh, this is a beautifully crafted game. No, turn the weather effects on. Is the water running off the windshield? Is my visibility reduced? Is the wind knocking the plane around? Which it will do, because even though I'm flying at low altitude, there is turbulence, and right now everything's nice and smooth. But if there's like a patch or a gust that rolls through, it's gonna rock it like this, and now you're gonna see stuff like that. But since everything's nice and smooth, good to go.
133.75 for Beechcraft, Juliet.
God damn, 907 files. A lot of times, I like, after I post, I just delete them because I know I can retrieve them for later. But okay. So I need to do certain things. So I need to set some things in order. So actually, I'm gonna make sure I'm high when I do this, because I want to not drug high, but I mean, like, I want to get higher altitude, or at least that I'm climbing. Let me. But at least I can keep that up. That's the trick with this thing, is to have all this up on the screen at the same time and do it. But this is all keyboard. Alright, so number 3000 should be good.
Baltimore Tower Beechcraft Delta Juliet 817 miles southeast, 3,200 feet to land.
Beechcraft Delta Juliet 81 Baltimore Tower. Altimeter 29.906.247 at 4. Enter left traffic runway 10.
Alright, now
Fly left traffic runway 10 Beechcraft, Juliet 81.
left traffic 10. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Pop up. I knew I was at least close, because I'm coming in from the east, and I remember I took off towards the east and circled to the north to eventually head west and south. So I knew the pattern I was going to take, so I'm going to have to start slowing down. This is going to be an impromptu landing. Wish me luck. Alright, so... Nope, not yet. Alright, start turning. Now I have plenty of time to slow down within a decent speed.
Southwest, 49er, 2522 miles west inbound ILS runway 10 approach.
Southwest 49er25 Baltimore Tower.
Yeah, no, I'm too fast. I got plenty of time. I'll be alright. Let me get to the edge of it though, since I am going fast. Yep.
Cleared ILS runway 10 approach, southwest, 49er, 25.
Okay. No, and it's funny because, like I was mentioning earlier, a lot of it is just from memory, from being in the Air Force. So, as far as just being familiar with the terminology, see how quick is that turn? Okay, good.
Beechcraft Juliet 811247 and 4. Cleared to land runway 10.
Mm-hmm.
Clear to land runway 10 Beechcraft, Juliet 81.
Okay. There we go. Get a little bit more power to the It's funny, it's like no matter how many times I've landed a plane in this game, I always get nervous at this point. Even when I've been flying, I mean, as a passenger, obviously, I also want to watch my speed. There we go. Make sure that
Baltimore Tower Southwest, 4860 is going new.
Southwest 4860, contact Potomac approach on 133.85. Good day.
Yep, that is true. Alright, so I'm at a good height. I need to get to that angle.
133.85 for Southwest 4860.
Now it's saying I'm going too slow. There we go. All because I go. There we go. Alright, easy does it. Right in line. It's nice and lit too. Cut power if I have to. Alright, up a little bit. Like that. Go. There we go. There we go. Wasn't that bad.
Beechcraft Juliet 81, turn next taxiway.
Go. We just taxi on to the. Yep.
Beechcraft Juliet 81.
And that Obi-Wan Kenobi that said that. But of course, any good pilot would say that after walking away from a crash landing.
Baltimore Tower mounted 745,621 miles west inbound
Alright.
ILS runway 10 approach.
Taxi.
Mountain 7456 Baltimore Tower. Altimeter 29.9 wind 247 at 4. Cleared ILS runway 10 approach. Southwest 4925 follow the Beechcraft King Air on the runway.
So,
Wind 244 at 4. Cleared to land runway 10. Beechcraft Juliet 81 exit runway when able.
alright, well, it's about to be right here, so I know they're trying to give clearance to another aircraft.
Cleared ILS runway 10 approach mountain 7456. Beechcraft Juliet 81 contact ground on 121.9.
Alright, just take me to my destination, that's all I ask.
Juliet 81.
So I noticed on the left hand side, you see the buildings are incomplete. I'm at BWI and yeah. Yeah, that looks botched. Alright, let me brake. I was like, where's the rest of BWI at? So that where that dot is, it looks like that's where I gotta go. Yeah, there were plenty of bugs on the PC version, so like you and I, we're used to seeing this. But I know there are people, they'll look at it, and because it's a bug and a glitch, which typically happens in games, they'll point towards the fact that, oh, there we go, they're botching the game. Like, no, they knew. I'm sure they're well aware there are going to be bugs like that because they were there doing the PC and they got fixed. So I don't have a problem with a bug as long as it gets fixed. It's the ones that don't get fixed or the ones that get ignored that I have an issue with. Alright, brake right here. Looks like this is where we're gonna park. Let me reduce my throttle. Yeah, but I definitely like them to get that fixed with the rest of BWI there. Would be nice. I'm like, on the PC version, I don't think they even had a problem initially. So just having the game optimized for the console is a huge task. Just based on the control, being able to change the control scheme and make it more streamlined for. All right, go down here. I'll make our way here. Gotta remember.
Southwest 4925 exit runway when able.
There we go. Alright, so there we go.
Southwest 4925
Like, it's a completed flight, so let's see. I feel like you have to go into your settings to be able to get that done. But I wonder what would be the. I wonder what would be the. Let's see, bar map. I'm just trying to see objectives, nav log, fuel,
Southwest
space
49er25 exit runway when able.
Ah. Okay, so let's see.
Southwest 49er25 contact ground on 121.9er.
Free look. Just the modifiers, the autopilots and stuff like that.
For Southwest 49er25.
I'm trying to see if I can find. Oh, and they got all these buttons that are unassigned, so I'm sure you can actually assign them to where they need to be. Instruments and interactions. It's back to the base layout. So nothing on the surface that I can see. So where's the power? Let's look at our final look in the pilot. Oh, I need to take this off. There we go. So I do like this. They do have where you can things light up, so that's the fuel tank. A lot of these can be inoperable, but it's like the little details and stuff like that. Transmission mode, crew volume. Ah, there we go. Let's see. Thing does move. Parking brake, and it's already in its position because I've already set it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see. I'm just doing some random looking around at stuff. This is definitely stuff that you would want to get familiar with if you want to get to that point. Yeah, I know that thing is a little annoying, that beep. It's probably gonna drive some people crazy. On the outside. I do want to take a look. Let's see. So there's the active pause, flight assistant, speed, camera. You would think they would probably have like a photo mode or something of that nature. Weather. So that's pretty much it. I'm in place. Alright, so Bill's found it. So yeah, so that was my quick, well, I wouldn't say quick, that was about what, an hour or so of that's just a little under an hour of flying, just showing around the DMV, just circling around. I kind of flew over Columbia for a little bit, flew into Virginia, went to the Eastern Shore, saw the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, and circled back and landed at BWI. And like King David said, any landing you can walk away from is a good landing. I think Obi-Wan said it was a happy landing. But, you know, the first part of Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, was kind of cheesy anyway. I mean, as far as the quotables. That's our speciality. Who says it that way? Only the British. And of course, Ian McGregor is British. So, yeah, that's how that works. Alright then. Hopefully you guys enjoyed enjoyed the stream, and definitely I'm gonna be playing more of this as this goes on. This will definitely be a going between uh, this releasing and then when Madden releases. I will be playing the EA trial just to get like played with the franchise features and stuff like that before I decide anything about a purchase. Other than that, I am out of here. Thank you, King David. Thank you, Bills. I know Sweet Jones was in the building earlier. Pooh showed up for like 1 second. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Take care. And this will be uploaded to YouTube, so you guys get a chance to watch it there. Anybody who missed it, that is primarily on YouTube. So other than that, you guys take care. Peace. I swear.